Here we have a K7 HLA. Let me show you how I made it. All right, guys, so here is what I'm working on. It's going to be a riser, so it's got a couple different pieces. So what we're looking at is a base plate or a top plate, right? We've got two of these. One's a base and one's for the top. And then I've got these side pieces, and then I've got these plates that will bolt on as a blanking plate so that I can not use this side port for this riser. So I just cut another piece and it's going to get a gasket in here. But then these will go on the side, right? Like this. And then this piece right here is just a piece of 1-inch black pipe. It'll go right here in the center. And then I cut a hole with a step bit. And so it'll go in the center there. And I just cut these short little stubby pieces out of 1/2-inch black pipe. And then it'll feed in the side, just like that. And then it'll all get welded up like this. That way I can add 2 more bells to the side of this riser, so I can have a K7, or I can have a riser that'll be tall enough for my RS3L. So I'm gonna go to the shop and so I can get these welded up. So I got the top and bottom welded together, kind of like so. So you can see that's a through hole. And there'll be portholes on either side, right there. So next step is I got to put these side pieces on. And then I've got hardware in that bag over there. I'm gonna mount studs that come up out of the top. And then that's what the manifold will bolt up to, is just some studs out of the top. And then I'm gonna weld some nuts on the back side of these plates for mounting bells on the side, or the blanking plates. Okay, so right now I'm trying to thread that nut up on this bolt so that it can sit there and there'll be a threaded end through there. But I think I'm gonna have to shave a part of that nut down because I think it's too tall, because it doesn't want to go in there. It just gets in a bind. But yeah, I'm gonna put a nut there, and then a nut down here, down there, up there. Then I gotta weld these 2 pieces out, and then weld some studs into the top portion there. And that'll be pretty much it. All right, so now I've got all these nuts and bolts in place. So all I gotta do is tack the nut to the actual frame itself, finish welding out tops on both sides, weld out these tubes here, and then I can put the big hardware into this and mount it up, and then get that all tacked into place, and we should be good to go. guys, I still have some work left to do. Just getting her cleaned up, and then these studs that go on the top. But another thing that I need to do is that bell that's on the ground right over there. I fitted up earlier, and I need to take a notch out of either side back here to clear that power chamber. Just a little bit too big to fit past this, so I'm gonna notch that out and then try to fit up studs, or try to make sure that that's what I want to do. But that's what's coming up next. So after playing with it for a little while, I decided that I am not going to weld these bolts. I'm just going to leave them free, just for ease of getting them on and off. That way I don't have to try to fight a horn over a stud, especially like an S3L, seeing as how low it already sits. Like, this is a K5H manifold, and you know, it's going to be the tallest manifold I have. And you know, even this piece right here gets in the way of trying to thread that nut on. So I think for the time being, I'm just going to leave them loose, and then if it becomes an issue somewhere in the future, then I can always come back and weld them out. But that is what she looks like now, and then I think I'm going to go trim the edge, and then I'm going to throw some bells on here on a K5L and see if I can't make a K7 LLA. All right, guys, here's what it looks like all put together. There's the riser down there. I've got a 1L, a 3A, and then a K5L for a K7 HLA. Here's another configuration with a K5 LLA with an extra 3 bell and an extra 5 bell. Just one of the other options you can do. If you like this kind of content, I would really appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to the channel, because I want to continue to bring you more awesome content like this. Thanks. See y'all in the next one.